Okay, we are live, and I'm Reagan from Pagan Naturalists, hosting this Planet Pathlings, and with us we have. Go ahead, Blue.
Blue Whisper. Blue Whisper here. Hello, everybody.
And I am Spin Pixie. Hello, everybody. We are Planet Pathlings. Toy will be with us later, I hope. And we're thinking she's still at work. This week, our topic was communing with nature. Did you guys have fun with this topic?
Yeah.
I thought it was a fun topic. I thought this one would be the easy one. This is the one that's going to be easy. Nope. This one was not easy. It was so god-awful hot over here that I could not bring myself to go outside. Now, of course, it's gorgeous and gloomy outside my window here, and I would love to go out and play in nature.
Yeah.
No reason to record it because I already did my communing with nature video, and I have enjoyed everyone's videos. Blue, I found your video especially enjoyable because you actually got to go outside and you were in nature picking your sassafras and stuff and doing all your stuff, and it was awesome. And I just really enjoyed this topic. I wish it were easier. I wish I had been able to get out and do more stuff, but I had fun. I hope you guys did too.
Yeah.
So Reagan, you moved from Fridays to Tuesdays this week.
Yes.
Was it easier?
Yes. Yes, it's a lot easier to do Tuesdays for a couple different reasons. Because I'm not coming up behind absolutely everybody else, but then there's the other end of that stress because it's like being, in the beginning of the week, I'm like, okay, well, whatever I put out, somebody's gonna just,
Shit
blow it out
all
the
over
water.
With awesomeness. Yeah.
So I was a little nervous, but yeah, it wasn't bad, and with my schedule the way things are, it actually works better to post on Tuesdays because my youngest son is normally gone like Saturday through Monday, so that gives me that time to where I can record stuff and not have him going ma 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 the entire time. So, but yeah, it went pretty good. I was really upset because the previous week when I was trying to record, the neighbors were partying and I couldn't. I had to hit record. Oh no. Yeah, it was the previous week. I'm hitting record, and in between me trying to do my voiceovers, I've got somebody drunk outside going, "Don't touch me!" at the top of their lungs, and I'm like, oh, this is my nightmare. So yes, I do like Tuesdays much better because it's a little quieter around my neighborhood, and it does give me the opportunity to have more time to like edit and do stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know we did not set out to be competitive, but that's just seeming to be what's going on. Like it's all about everybody teaching and getting their message across, but trying to do so in a concise way and in a way that's enjoyable to watch. And I think that everybody has totally stepped up their game every week.
Oh, do you really think so? Because, I mean, I just kind of went out and I really didn't say anything because everything I thought I was going to say, you guys already said, and I really didn't want to compete, but I wanted to show it in a different angle, and that's why I threw some poems on there and just kept quiet. Because, I was just listening, I was touching, I was using all of my senses, and I was trying to get that across, and I think I got the touch across because you've seen me with my hand touching, some different leaves and things, and I put the camera up so you could see the wind and the trees and the birds and everything. The birds, the crows, they were out.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome to hear all that.
I was hearing, I could smell things, the whole 9 yards.
What I like about it is that we get a chance to each show our own, take on it instead of just, because even though, yeah, I mean, by the time the first video of the week has come out on topics like that, like, you already know what it is, the basic, gist and idea. But for each one of us to give our own experience, because we live in different regions and we experience nature so differently, I think that it doesn't matter as far as, yeah, I mean, the words, it's like whatever. just like when I did mine, I mean, all of my pictures were taken like pretty much at parks because that's what we have here is parks, or just open, bare desert pretty much. So it wasn't like I had, really pretty like, trees and fall leaves and stuff to take pictures of because those don't exist out here unless they're in somebody's yard, and they might get a little angry if I'm up in their yard taking pictures of the trees.
Don't mind me. I'm just getting a picture of this leaf here.
Well, I was kind of bummed because right now it's the time of year that all the leaves and the trees are really starting to change into a beautiful color. And the camera that I'm using really doesn't capture that as well. And then the area that I was taking the clips in doesn't have a good mixture of these trees to show all the different colors. So I hope that I can get some footage soon. Now I have a vehicle, I can go somewhere. So I can get actual better.
I think you did an absolutely beautiful job. I was really enjoying your video because it took me outside. It took me like into where you were, and just the poems were really beautiful, and I really had fun watching your video.
I gotta mute because somebody's talking on the phone behind me. Go ahead.
I really enjoyed just watching Blue's video. I thought she did a good job just like showing you all of the different scenery that surrounded her and the sounds, especially like the crows. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. Like I could just literally take the soundtrack of her video and then just listen to it because it was so pretty, like the wind and the crows and the crunching of leaves and stuff.
Yeah, all I get out here is sirens and roosters. So yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Actually,
an ambulance drives by. A fire truck. I'm sorry, a fire truck.
Yeah, early in the mornings it's kind of cool because besides the roosters, like we have little birds that nest in the front tree out here. So I don't always just hear roosters, but pretty much most of the time that's our bird. And there's nothing calming about a rooster crowing, okay? There's nothing calming, nothing relaxing. There's just, that's the wake-up call.
That's, god dang, I'm getting up. I'm leaving the sanctity and wonder of my bed to get up.
I don't associate that with anything calming or communal.
Well, see, in my video, I just took pictures from everywhere that I've been, from going to Utah and seeing the Grand Tetons and Old Faithful and all that kind of stuff. I wish I'd actually had the geyser footage, but I couldn't find it. It's on my jump drive and I can't access it right now. But there were just a lot. I took what I could from like traveling and stuff, and I wish I'd gotten to bring so much more because really a lot of my life has been spent communing with nature, whether I realized it or not in the beginning. And
I'm thinking, why can't we do this topic again according to the seasons? Yeah. Where we live. We certainly have winter coming up, and I look for maybe I'm hoping a snowy winter. Maybe not too snowy, but
no, we don't need.
Yeah, you'll have me jumping and dancing in the rain and glee. Yay, it's winter! That's pretty much what my video would be.
Yeah. Here, be like, look, there's a cloud. There's a cloud. I found a cloud. I have so many cloud pictures because every time it gets cloudy here, I run outside. I took a time lapse today of driving down Nellis because I was like, oh, there's clouds in the sky. I got to get every single one of them on film.
Well, there's a lot of people that, they hate winter. And really, to me, and this is just me, my witchiness includes all the seasons and enjoying and celebrating each of the seasons. I don't like to say I'm more of a summer person or a winter person or a spring person or a fall, because I just love them all. And they all have their purpose and they all are beautiful in their own respect. And so when you celebrate each of them and appreciate each of them, to me, that that's communing with nature in a different season. Sometimes you just have to bundle up. But really, you could just look out the window and watch the snow, and instead of just focusing on the things you don't like about it, start looking at it and thinking about the things you do like about it.
Go ahead. I think if you live in a climate where you get all the seasons, it's easier to appreciate them. But if you're just being constantly pounded with sun or snow, you know, that's what causes the upset at certain seasons, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I used to, my favorite, you know, when I was younger, my favorite season was always winter because I would go skiing all the time. So I would go up to the mountain, and there's nothing like that first real good snow, like right after that first good snowfall, when it's nice and overcast still, and that closeness that you get, that feeling, you know, of closeness with the clouds down low and the snow, you know, around you. That's compared to the barren, hot ridiculousness that we deal with all summer. That's so fun and so nice. But yeah, I don't really have, like, I prefer the colder seasons, obviously, because I live in the blazing heat, but I do, like, I enjoy the summers as well. They don't mean as much to me as the cooler times because I'm just dying. And being overweight and being 127 degrees outside, I'm just like, this is not this is not enjoyable on any level.
I enjoy the summers when I can swim, so I can just spend all my time in the water. And I really take that time to reflect on the water and appreciate the water, because it's during that summer that makes you think of the drought-filled winters that we could have, and just being immersed in water and just letting your senses just surrender to, like, being immersed in water. It's awesome for me. So that's what I do love about the summer. I do not love the heat or the ridiculous amount of sun that we get, but I love being in the water. So I found a positive about summer.
Yeah, that would probably be like the biggest thing too. Like when I used to live down in California, I lived like right on the river, and we spent, you know, 8 hours a day in the water most of the year because it's even hotter there than it is here. So yeah, absolutely. And I love water. I would just spend exactly an 8 hour day in the water in the river, pruned up, swimmer's ear, didn't care, sunburnt, didn't matter. It felt good. So yeah, absolutely.
Get out for a whole 10 seconds, grab a sandwich, get right back in. That's the best way to enjoy summer, honestly.
Yep. Yeah.
But I think that communing with nature it's important for us as witches, because if we don't have an idea of how the seasons work and how the progressions of the seasons, you know, come into each other, if we don't understand how the earth, you know, replenishes and renews and all that, then I think that we're missing a big, big part of our magical practice. If we're not paying attention to the cycles of the moon, then we're not working with the energies of the universe, and I think it's a huge part of magical practice to do so.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, I wanted to get back real quick. I wanted to mention that, you know, you're going to notice on Facebook in a couple of months everybody bitching about the snow. And they probably will not like my videos.
Well, you know, it's just like when fall starts, everybody complains about the pumpkin spice.
Oh. Pumpkin spiced everything. Is there a particular scent or thing that you like to have during different seasons, either of you?
Yeah. Spring for me,
For
it's
you.
all. Huh?
For you, what is it for you?
Oh, for me, well, I'd say, and it's like spring. It's always like lavenders and stuff. You know, that's for spring. But during the fall, and it's really funny that I'm making fun of pumpkin spice because that is one of my favorite. You know, it's so cliche, but it's one of my favorite things. Is like the clove and nutmeg, and you know, that scent is just that's fall for me. You know, I mean that's. It's everywhere whether you want it to be or not, to the point that that's what I associate. And like cinnamon and apple cider. I love to put at my old house. I would get my crock pot out and I would make a big batch of mulled apple cider with, you know, whole cinnamon sticks and cloves and slices of oranges in it. Oh my god, that smell. That's fall for me. That's it right there. Apple pie. Okay, I need to stop making myself hungry. Apples and pumpkin. Yeah.
Blue, how about you?
I think
About apples and pumpkins?
What is your favorite scent or smell or taste for each season, if you have one?
Oh, I like the turkey dinners in the winter. I
so.
love the smell of sage and dressing cooking inside a turkey. I love that. And pumpkin pies. Um, but turkey, I don't know. There's just something about, turkey roasting in the oven.
For me, it's ham during the winter
Oh, yeah.
because we do for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, we do a turkey and a ham. But I'm all about some ham. Oh yes, ham. um,
Soup,
that's
chicken soup. Yeah. What about you, Spin?
I like mint in the winter. I'm a very big like mint tea or chocolate mint lattes or whatever. I like mint flavored stuff in winter, and in fall I would have to say it's pomegranates because that's when they come into season. And it's definitely the different holiday dinners, like turkey or ham. But for spring, I don't think I have anything. Maybe marshmallows, funny enough.
Oh, in
And
spring.
for
Oh,
summer, I like lemon,
yeah.
lemon or fruit, just fruit.
I like citrus in the summer. Yeah,
actually, I
and
like the smell of melons in the summer. Um,
yeah,
in the spring, I prefer, I think, mint in spring. I don't know why. Mint to me is springtime. It's cool, and
yeah,
colorful. In the summer, I like melons, like watermelons. Oh, and cucumbers. The smell of cucumbers.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
that.
For me in spring, I love lavender because when the season changes and it goes, because we don't have actual winter here, we have wind during the winter. So as spring starts, the wind stops, and I actually, can get back outside again without my hair blowing off my head. So at that same point, I'm like, oh, I want to be outside, I want to be outside, but then I've got like way too much energy, and I'm running myself ragged, and that's when my ADD gets out of control, and I'm just like everywhere and want to do all the things, and the lavender kind of calms me down. It's like I used to have fresh lavender, and it would bloom, and it would be like, oh, I'm just gonna go sit outside next to the lavender, and you know, calm myself because I get a little too excited during the spring. So, but yeah, and that's
I
what
think I
it.
think of marshmallows because of Peeps.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily like them, but I think that's why I think of them in the spring.
Yeah. Yeah, I think of like lavender and rosemary and stuff like that during the spring because I'm used to being outside where that grew. You know, that's like the first time of the year that I actually get outside is then. So
Oh, and roses in the late summer. Oh,
yeah,
and honeysuckle. Oh my goodness, yeah,
hmm
honeysuckle, roses,
Yes.
yeah,
irises. Yeah, I
yeah,
love the smell of an orchid and irises. Yeah.
yeah. Down here, all I can think of is the scent that like when I seriously think about summer though, like what memory wise, like what really sticks out to me is creosote and sage. Because when I lived down in California, like there was just creosote everywhere and
Hmm.
sage everywhere. So it's like we would cut through the golf course, so it's like really humid and we're down by the riverbed and everything, and there's all this creosote and sage along the edge of the golf course, and it's all you smell. Like the air is just thick with it.
When you think about scents in the summer that bring back memories to me, well, you guys are younger than me, but I remember as a kid we would go out and tan, and now you can't do this, but the tanning lotion and oil that we would get.
My mom
One,
used to douse
yeah,
herself in it.
the
Yeah.
banana boat that would smell like bananas, and then there was the one that smelled like coconuts, and you'd rub that all
Mhm.
over, and
Yeah.
yeah, to me when I
Lemon
smell,
juice in her hair
yeah,
and coconut oil on her skin, or the banana boat, the
yeah,
the, the extreme dark tan because my mom
copper
is
tooth, yeah.
is like blonde hair, blue eyed with really pale skin, so she she would always go out there and try, and she would end up turning about the color of my shirt no matter what she did, but she tried. She tried to
And now
dark
they say,
tan.
oh, you can't do that, it'll cause cancer and everything. I still have some scars on me. I had such a bad burn. I remember my nose practically peeled off. It the it was so thick, and it turned like orange, and it was like, oh my God, I got
Yeah.
so badly burned that one year.
I used to have
Mine.
yeah, I used to have scars all the way around the edge of my face because I had burned my face so bad that my skin on my face was like 3 different colors. Because even though
Wow.
I'm dark complected, I spend 10 minutes outside and not even in direct
Me too.
sunlight, and I just turn into a lobster and all my skin comes off.
Yep, that's me.
It's just-
Yep,
Well, as
that's
a matter of
me.
fact, since I
Yeah.
moved, well, now see, I grew up in South Florida when I was a kid.
Mhm.
And my entire adult life, I've been in Ohio. And so, you really don't tan here. We just walk around like little pale ghosts and everything. And a friend of mine said, oh, come on, you got to try these tanning beds with me. And come on, I'll treat you. You got to try it.
Gosh.
Well, this was back in the early 90s. And so I'm like, okay. And so we go to the tanning bed. Only cost a couple of dollars to go. And I thought, well, this is nice. And I said, well, what do you do? I said, it's in the middle of winter. I don't even have a bathing suit. She goes, you don't wear anything. I'm like, you don't? Well, they didn't explain to me that the first time you're not supposed to stay the entire 15 minutes. And like later that night, my hind end was as red as your shirt. I couldn't sit down for 3 days.
No.
I've never had a burn on my butt before. It's never seen sunshine. So. I
I-
figured it's a light bulb. What harm could it do?
Oh no. I fell asleep on my stomach, laying down on a towel on the beach through the whole entire heat of the day. And I woke up, the back of my legs and half of my face was burned because I was laying. I had this sharp line, distinct line of cooked and raw.
So you were yin yang.
I couldn't even sit down. And it was so bad. And I got home and I was just dousing myself with vinegar because it actually soothes it quite a bit and helps. But oh my, just sheets of skin were coming off of me for like days. And I couldn't even sit up. Like I couldn't sit down, like sit on my butt to ride home. I had to have somebody else drive my truck home, and I was laying on my stomach in the back of the truck to get home because I couldn't even. I was already that burnt that I couldn't even sit
It's
down.
worse when you're burnt and there are leather seats in the car and they're hot.
And wouldn't you know it, can't have a chat go on without
There she is.
Yeah.
Time to get your
And
daily
there's your ice cream,
ration.
guys. Yeah, my,
Chats with Pip and the ice cream man.
Yeah.
is that what it is?
Yep.
I don't know. She decided it's time. So she took her little collar and hat off. She wouldn't have it.
Oh.
Willie strutted around in his little hat and kerchief for a little while. It was cute. He wouldn't hold still for me. Yeah, there is.
You got mashing to be done.
Never fails. I may not see her all week long, but come chat time, she's here.
She's so serious too. She's got a job to do. It's very, very, very intense there.
I wish you could hear her purring.
No.
See, and that's the cool thing too, is because when you have pets, they're able to experience nature too. Like my dog, she has a pool in the summer, and she goes everywhere in her little yellow raincoat in the winter, and well, when we have cool weather, and she has cute little tops that say "smile" and junk like that in the spring, because she's usually shaved down so I keep her dressed so that she doesn't get burnt.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's really windy, she's got her little jacket and her goggles, and she's just ready to go. And you can take them out and have them experience different seasons, and they get curious, and they want to go out and explore too. My dog likes to run through the autumn leaves. She likes to bury herself deep in them and mess them all about. And she likes to walk in the snow, and she likes a lot of she likes to experience it all too.
Yeah.
She's no different.
Yeah, Mal goes, and we've got the breezeway between the house and the shed, and he goes out there and he gives himself a nice long dust bath, and Rod goes out and he runs out to the front, because they're completely indoor cats, so if they go outside, it's for like 5 minutes and then they come back in, and it's so funny though because Rod, I mean, he's like he's like, I have to be as far away from you as I can get. And Mal's like, right there at your feet, just like a pig on his back, rolling around and rubbing his face all in the dirt and everything, just filthy, just having a blast. And Batman, he's all about getting out in the front yard and digging around in the dirt. So yeah, they have to have that. That's what I miss about my house is the backyard. I could let the cats go out in the backyard with me, and not have to worry about anything getting them. Any dogs getting them or anything.
Oh, right now you have to worry about the roosters wanting to fight them.
Let me tell you something. When we first moved in here, Batman's first order of business was to go run across the street and wreak complete havoc, okay, outside the chicken coop across the street, okay? And it was a chicken explosion. It was just, they were throwing a fit, which he couldn't get to them, but boy, he had them all going. Oh, and there's been, oh God, we have a mouse problem here. I didn't know we had a mouse problem, so I have to go out to the shed and double check my stuff and put something out. I'll probably just get some live traps and check them. But there's a dead mouse out front, so Batman has been doing his cat thing and catching mice. But he doesn't eat them; he just kills them and leaves them for the ants. So there's a little.
Actually, he's probably hoping that you'll find his present for you.
I'm waiting for him to start bringing them in because I have yet to ever own a cat that didn't bring me presents. And Mal is an indoor cat, so his idea of a present is a water bottle. He gets a hold of water bottles and he crinkles them all around the whole floor and he takes them under the bed and he carries them around and he meows because he's got to kill. So, yeah, he tries to feed everybody.
Aries has only ever brought me a present once. And I think it's because of the way that I reacted that she's never done it again. She brought me a big, fat, dead spider. She walked up to my bed and she went, and out came this big, fat, dead spider. And I was like, ah!
Well, Willie and Pippa both brought me live mice only because they wanted to let them loose and chase them some more.
I had a cat, and we called him Fluffy, and he was the only short-haired cat of the whole bunch. And he went out, and he brought me. He was little. He was small like Batman is, and that damn cat brought me home a live pigeon.
Oh my God!
Into the house. I had the door open. It was a nice day. And I went out and I was like working on my truck. I was going back and forth in and out of the house, and I had the door open. And I saw a little flash of cat run by, and I knew he had something in his mouth. But he's a cat. I thought there's no telling what it was. There's no telling with him. He used to, steal shoes and stuff. Like he was just a weird cat. And I walk in there, and he's in the back laundry room, and he's huddled over whatever it is he has. And I go, what do you got? And he let go, and he looked at me, and all of a sudden there's just this explosion of feathers and flapping wings, and yeah, I just about died. I had to catch the damn thing, make sure it wasn't too injured, and set it back free. But yeah, he brought me a pigeon that was as big as him. I was like,
do you see this?
Oh, wow.
She's forcing me to pet her.
Yeah, that's a Rob thing right there.
Yeah, Aries does the same thing.
Yeah.
She says, I know you're busy on chat tonight, so I have to be here.
She says, I mashed you, now you gotta pet me. She says, I'm
trying to keep my blouse, closed because she's trying to free the sisters here.
She's so cute. She's
trying to free Willie and Williette. Oh, wait a minute, I got a Willie.
She's so cute.
Okay, whatever.
So serious.
I can hear her.
Wait.
Yeah, maybe if I. Can you hear her purring?
I can hear something.
I'm trying
to. She's so cute. Look at her. She's all about business, man.
Yeah, this is her job, and it's like, leave me alone in my job. Don't try to put me down. I'll just be right back.
Oh, she's so cute.
And then she'll even land on the keyboard to make sure that I pay attention to her. So.
That's Ra. Ra's been really good about not getting on my keyboard, but the other day when we were on, he decided that he needed to stand up here on the keyboard and push the buttons and rub his face all over me, the keyboard, my microphone, the camera.
What was that the other day? All of a sudden, like, Aries was up on her lap, and I could hear her meowing, and then she was behind her, and then Ra was up on you, and Pip was over here.
Yeah, I think it was right before our weather change.
I think while we were sleeping, they got on the computer and they conspired against us.
Yep.
She's shoving her head. She's shoving her head into my hand here. She's expecting me to go pet, damn it. Now watch. I'm going to hold my hand here, and she's going to shove her head all the way through.
Yep. Yeah. She's going to do the petting.
Yep.
Ouch. I done clipped her claws, and she's making sure she gets... Here we go.
Yep.
A little bit at a time.
I've got Ron Mal over here passed out on the bed.
It's like the way she's pushing... There we go. Here it is. The way she's pushing her head through, her eyes are being pulled back, and she's looking like...
That's too funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I am... Oh, so should we talk a little bit about what our topic is going to be next week?
Oh, absolutely.
Or for the next 2 weeks. We are celebrating Samhain for the next 2 weeks.
Yay! So excited.
Yes. We are celebrating Samhain, and we've got some different topics that we're going to be doing, and I think it's going to be a really interesting... It's one of those ones where we have to kind of research to find some of the stuff so that we bring you some information on the customs and what we celebrate at Samhain, and also for Halloween.
And I find having to, do a little research and study up on it and everything, I love it. I didn't think I would, but I love actual, researching and coming up with my plan of what I'm going to talk about and everything. And I would invite anybody else who's watching to do the same,
Yeah, I mean, just because you watch our videos, you can do the research right along with us.
Yeah, and sure, do a video of your own and post it at Planet Pathlings. Join us on Facebook in our group, Planet Pathlings. We'd like to see, your take on things.
Give us some video responses and see what
Yeah, sure. Even our past topics.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff, I mean, just like with a lot of the things that I do, I give a basic outline, but I don't really go too deep into the topics in my videos because, I mean, I could easily sit down and just, draw it all out and put it right there, but, there's a certain something to going and doing your own research and finding the information and getting to read the articles and stuff firsthand and get that extra, angle and the depths that you get from that, so... Yeah, I'd like to see, any gaps in the stuff that we do that somebody else finds more information or finds, a different angle that maybe we didn't cover. I would love to see videos of that from some of our viewers. I think that'd be really cool.
Or even if they can't do a video, awesome. Even if they can't do a video, join the group. Leave a comment on the video that you watched, or give a take. Share a poem, share an experience. Whatever, anything.
Yeah, because this is your channel. We're here to, give you an outline of everything that we cover, and, you should take it and run with it. Use it in your own practice. Get a more refined handle on everything, and take it to your benefit. And give us some feedback as to what you would like to see, or anything that you've enjoyed seeing. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most definitely. And we're going to have to, real soon, we're going to have to do one on familiars, Pip's telling me. I mean, I think that day when Aries was on your lap and Ra was all over Reagan, and Pip, of course, during chats are always, I think that was a subtle hint.
Yep.
Yes, they want a video on familiars.
They want their equal time.
I think that
They're not going to get flap, okay? I'm sorry. You're not going to flap it.
So cute.
You got to see her eyes.
Do we have any viewers? I can't see the chat.
Let me take a look. I have in a different Actually, we have one watching, and I think that's me.
Okay, I'm watching. Yeah. I have mine open too. Yeah.
Yeah, this originally is for questions. So if anyone has questions or is watching live,
We're here.
Yeah, we don't have any live people yet.
we
might
don't
have
always look because
we might have a few dead people. We don't have any live people watching, but we might have a few dead, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure.
Go on.
Yes, but I'm excited because it's. I hope this is just not. I'm really, really, really sad to say that every time I've thought that autumn was finally starting over here, it just went right back into summer. And I'm hoping that we're done with that because it's been beautiful today, and I hope it continues because I'm so sick of being stuck in summer. It's October, nearly November, and I'm so sick of it.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of seasons, when's the time change? When do we fall back? Or did we? Where the heck have I been? I think I've been hibernating.
That's bad. I actually don't remember.
I know. Well,
Yeah,
I have
I
an
never
excuse.
My phone does its own thing. I used to have to.
My grandpa used to tell me.
It's now we just rely so much because the computer just does it. You know.
I'm not going to a job or school every day. I'm working from home, so what's an hour or two? Whatever. Let's see.
Well, I had my daylight savings alarm, which was my grandpa, but he's not here to do it anymore, so now I guess I have to know.
Daylight savings.
I just looked for a post. It's usually on the 21st of something.
Ends 2 a.m. on Sunday, November 1st.
November 1st.
Oh,
okay,
no.
that's when we fall back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You two are nuts. Go, both of you. Go on. Go. Go lay down.
So,
I
see?
don't want to get jealous of each other.
There she is. Look behind you. Sven, look behind you.
I see her.
Good.
Oh, there she is. I'm telling you, they're conspiring to make us do one on familiars and you know, our helpers.
Right.
Okay, the only one missing now is either Raw Mal or Batman, and I kind of have a feeling it's not going to be Batman.
Creeper thing.
Yeah.
Of course, you have how many in your house? Including Scott.
Oh, if you include Scott, I've got 6. There's 6 other little souls in this room with me right now.
And they're all of the male persuasion.
Yeah. And I'm the only female.
You're not. You're the den mother.
That is my role in life, by the way.
Okay, did Spin freeze?
No.
Did we lose Spin?
No, I'm here.
No, she's here.
Oh, okay, because your little picture was you like this.
She's like,
it stayed that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Wait, so to even remotely begin to try and get back on topic.
I know.
Right.
I thought this. Did you guys have a hard time with this topic? Because I know I did.
Not
well,
really.
I did. That's why I ended up going a different route than what you guys did because everybody did such a good job. There was nothing left for me to say. Being the last one of the week, it was like, okay. I mean, I probably could have, now that we're talking, now the ideas are coming to me. But then I kind of thought, I'm just going to show a little bit of reflecting some other people's thoughts that were put to poetry. But now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, heck, we could do seasons. We could talk about different areas of the world and how what kind of nature that they have, or even bringing nature indoors. Because, I mean, there are some people, and I'm sure there's some viewers that are either bedbound or housebound, shut-ins or whatever, that can't even really go outside without assistance. And, there's no reason why you can't have a few plants and enjoy bringing nature indoors. And worst-case scenario, have somebody go out and grab a handful of grass or a few leaves or something, you know, and just touch it and feel
Lots
it.
of house plants. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And if you kill
Or
house
like,
plants, pine cones, they work.
Right. Silk
when
ones.
in
Who would
doubt,
just
use a pine cone.
real? Just get some cactus.
Or
And
use some flowers to make a picture. That's why I did what I did, because
yeah,
the person I made the picture for, they couldn't go outside alone. So I made them a picture with flowers. So use flowers and
well,
make a picture for somebody.
and if you don't have, you know, worst case scenario, meditate and, you know, listen to some, you know, online YouTube, listen to the sounds of nature. Certainly, when you're out there, you can use all your senses, which is what I was trying to capture. I don't know if I was able to do that or not. But you could do it just by closing your eyes and smelling the smells and hearing the sounds, feeling things. You know, just close your eyes and imagine it, and you're there.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is to get a really grassy area and just lay down in the grass and just like under a tree, or even just where it's cool and kind of moist, and there's just like a beautiful scenery just to enjoy and just to reflect and become one with nature, just to
Yeah.
feel like the the way that nature, sorry, there's a strange noise going on outside. Just to feel the way that nature feels around you, to listen to things, to smell things, to hear everything, and to just touch with your fingers and run your fingers to the grass and see the world that lies beneath, you know, the grass even, you know, what, like little roly-poly bugs or whatever you can come up with, and just really become one with nature that way.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love going out right after the grass has been mowed. I love that smell.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's one of my favorite smells too. That and I'm strange. I like water hose water.
Yeah.
The smell of a water hose. It's so strange, but yes.
Here we go. These
Yeah,
guys, the pets that you have in your house, they're really close to nature. They're natural. They do
Mhm.
things naturally.
I don't
You
know.
know.
My cats do some pretty unnatural things.
Yeah, this is
yeah,
true.
so do
But it's
mine.
natural for them, right? If they
Yeah.
didn't do unnatural things, you'd worry.
Yeah, this is true. Uh,
See, I
yeah.
mentioned you,
I
okay?
like running through the sprinklers in the summer. And oh my gosh,
Mm.
we used to have a shower curtain in the summer that we used, the slip and slide.
Oh
And
my gosh.
the funniest things would happen with that stupid thing. One time I was running and I didn't know when to stop, so I kept on going. Next thing you know, I'm sliding down the whole length of the backyard, and I fall on my ass and hit my head.
Ow.
Like it's something funny is gonna happen once you break out the shower curtain slip and slide.
Yep.
Oh man. Put a little Dawn dish soap on there.
We like to here we take the
Oh,
the water hose out in the front yard with the sprayer on it, and Menace, the big mean pit bull, he goes out there and he tries so hard to bite the water.
get your head
So
out of there.
cute because Dusty was severely abused by his previous owners. He's a black, he's like maybe like a lab and Rottie mix, and he was severely abused. So he's terrified of water and of the water hose, and he has once no part of it. Well, after just a couple times out front with Bo with the sprayer, because what he would do is he'd spray it up in the tree, and then the water would fall on the dog, and he would like not be able to get away from it as much or whatever. So then he got to the point where he could kind of mist him a little bit with it, and then he got to the point where he could actually spray him with it, and he wouldn't run away. So we've had a little bit of rain since then, and you know, with the weather changing and stuff, they haven't been out front playing with the hose as much. So the weather's changing, and every time it rains now, Dusty stands outside the entire time and just lets it soak all the way through his fur until he is just soaked to the bone. He's all of a sudden decided now that water isn't so scary, and he likes it. And it's just the cutest thing because he's just standing out there, ears kind of half up, just drenched. It's so cute.
That's funny. All right, are you about finished here? Come on now.
She is not done.
No, I had to pull her head out of it. She tried to put her head down my shirt, and I'm like, get that. See.
You need one of those hoodies. Hoodie with the cat pocket in the front. Yeah, you need a cat pocket hoodie.
Do I look like a kangaroo?
She says, as far as I'm concerned, yes. She's so cute.
When Aries was a kitten in the winter, I used to get my dad's old hoodie that he gave me, and I'd put her in the pocket in the kitty pouch, and she would just sit there, and I'd keep her warm like that. They're so cute when they're kittens, and then they grow up and they become that.
She says, I'm still cute. Look at her. You can see she knows you're talking about her because her ear is turned towards you.
Yep. When Batman was a little bitty kitty, I'd put my hoodie on backward and put him in the hood, carry him around like that. Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Now he won't let me touch him because he is a man cat. He can't be bothered with the touch-ins.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to this coming week's topic because that means I have an excuse to get the kids to make crafts because I'm going to have them make masks. And
awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully. Well, we've done it a few times. And looking up the history was really interesting too because, you think Halloween and you think of, that aspect of it. But then when you start digging a little deeper, it's like, well, as soon as I'm reading the information, I'm like, oh yeah, masks aren't just a Halloween thing. That's nothing new. It's masks, masks. Yeah. They've been used forever.
Yeah.
And
the Greek theater masks.
Yeah, Egyptians and even like samurai masks, to hide emotion and invoke fear. So I mean there was a lot of interesting information there. I was having a lot of fun looking at that. So I'm doing an outline of that as far as like the history and information goes, and then I have a bunch of masks because I like to make masks. I make them out of the plaster tape, and my favorite one is full of my own eyebrows. Because I forgot to put on the Vaseline. I'm like, I hardly have any eyebrows. It'll be fine. So if you want a cheap wax job, just no, but no. And the implications of masks are just fascinating, like in every aspect, anyway. So.
What was yours again, Spin?
I'm doing trick or treat now versus then trick or treating.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's a fascinating
and one of the
too.
things. And one of the things that I'm going to cover, or what I'm probably going to start by covering because it's so depressing, is how it's not practiced, and then I'm going to talk about what led to it being so, like the practicing of trick-or-treating declining, and then I'm going to talk about how it was back then when trick-or-treating first started and the origins and whatnot. So I have an outline of how I'm going to do everything.
Yeah, it's a neat topic. That's some interesting history there too, because I've been, like I said, with researching for the masks, I've just been going into all these Halloween things, and I'm like, okay, well, I just want to, I'm just gonna focus on my topic. Well, then the kids are sitting here, and I'm like, oh, well, they're sitting here, I might as well, we'll learn some stuff together. So I'm reading all these articles and stuff, and watching videos with everybody, and now it's become this thing, which is really cool because, I do so much with the kids anyway, but it's nice to have different topics besides our standard stuff to work on. So they're enjoying it. They're getting as much fun out of it as I am. So yeah. The trick-or-treating is a fascinating one, definitely. It's like, whoa.
Are you gonna take the kids anywhere special for trick-or-treat or Halloween or something, or do you do anything like that with them? Or?
Well, they do a lot of safe streets here in town. Now, my youngest son, he'll go to his dad's and they'll go around the apartment complex and trick or treat. But we usually just hand out candy. I don't take the kids out trick or treating, like door to door. But they do safe streets here.
Send them to Ohio. I'll take them trick or treating. That way I can. Well, I get dressed up anyway.
Right. But this year I think we're gonna do either. The Magical Forest does one, Opportunity Village. They have theirs. They have a Halloween thing they do there. And then there's also Springs Preserve does their Haunted Harvest every year, which is really cool too. Oh. So I'm going to take them to one or the other, or possibly both. My oldest son, he's like, I don't want to go around in public, but he has a big problem with the yelling and screaming little kids. He's like, I just can't, Mom. I just know. So getting him out is always an act of Congress. But it's really cute because once I get him out places, he has a good time. So we've been discussing and having some pretty in-depth discussions of exactly what we're going to do. But we're going to do it one or the other, if not both. And I'm kind of looking forward to Springs Preserve because of it being less. Because like Opportunity Village, like their thing is really neat, but it's very like commercially, and it just smells like little carnival rides and stuff, and like a lot of like plastic and fakey stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Springs Preserve, because they have like the botanical gardens and stuff there, and it's nature, and they've got the actual preserve area and they have a little like train ride thing that goes around it and stuff like that. And so
preserve area for like live animals.
Yeah, well they have it's cool. They have a butterfly garden there, and yeah. Oh, and then they don't have like petting zoo style animals, but they have like a little area where they have like caged stuff. Like there's a like desert tortoise, and then they have live examples of black widows, brown recluses, scorpions, a few different types of lizards. They have a fox, stuff like that. So yeah.
I was going to introduce you to Lee Harvey Oswald. But Pippi's on me. Pippi, you gotta get down. I gotta get Lee Harvey Oswald. You know who this is, right? Hang on. It's way up here. Ah, it smacked me in the eye.
Uh-oh.
This is Lee Harvey Oswald.
Oh, see, now you got me wanting to go dig out my Halloween decorations out of the shed because I have one. I have one that size that's black with purple stripes.
Oh,
yes.
Cool. Yeah, this is a surprise. I see I gotta put a little glue over here. He's falling apart.
Yeah, mine's like 10 years old.
Well, I think this whole thing here is because of Willie, because Willie decided that he wanted to explore it when I brought it down and put it on the couch.
Yeah, Batman humped mine.
Oops. I've just about tore this thing up with a ceiling fan.
You just see legs.
So anyway, I named him Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's
cute. I don't know why I came up with that, but that's it.
I never named mine. That's awesome.
Well, now see, my witch I got yesterday, she's already got a name. I still need a name for my mummy and my skull.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 2 skulls in there. One of them, he just won't shut up. I put 3 AA batteries in him today to try him out.
Keeps going, huh?
And it's just a skull with a finger there, and he's like, come here. And then, it's like, you turn him on and off, and I thought because there was like a hole there, I thought he was like motion sensitive.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
or something. He don't give a shit. He just keeps talking and can't shut up.
I used to have plaster skulls, just 2 plaster skulls, and their names were Polly and Esther.
And Spin? You got any?
I don't name my decorations.
Oh,
I don't know why. I don't. I think it's more ominous when they're unnamed.
Well, see, I name everything that I have just about in the name of animism. It's like everything's got a spirit. It's alive.
Well, I don't. Well, I don't normally name everything, but this spider in particular, for some reason, last night I just came up with the Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's cute. Yeah. I don't.
It's a killer spider. What can I say? See, it almost attacked. Well, I don't know. It almost attacked my ceiling fan. All right, look. I took a painkiller from my back a little while ago. You have to forgive me. I told you this was going to happen.
You're fine.
Well, we have a few minutes left. Does anyone want to give their final thoughts on this topic? Communing with nature. Apparently not.
I have a lot of thoughts on
I
it,
have
but I would like to know other people's thoughts on it. I would like to see them come join Planet Pathlings, or in the comments, or both, or whatever. Come on, join us.
Yeah, and this is definitely a topic I'd like to revisit again with the different season changes and stuff, absolutely, because I'm hoping to really soon make it up to the mountain where it's a little cooler, and and get up there once the snow starts to fall and stuff like that, and have more footage of something other than just some desert to share with you. So, absolutely.
Well, I remember growing up in Florida and going to the ocean and wearing a coat in the winter, and just huddled up, and oh, it's so cold and the wind's so cold. And then there'd be these people from Ohio, like where I live now, in their skivvies, and they're running in the beach and they're going swimming, and we were thinking, God, what idiots. We're cold, and now I look back and I'm like, that's me now. I made fun of.
It was 75 degrees today. I left the house in a hoodie because I was freezing. I was so cold.
What about you, Stan?
I'm wearing a sweater right now. What does that tell you? I'm just not used to it.
My hoodie's right here. I just took it off before we started recording, and I'm getting ready to put it back on because I'm cold.
75 degrees. You guys are wimps.
Hey, I used to live in South Dakota. I know what cold weather is, but my blood's so.
It was in the low 30s this morning when I woke up, and when I turned on my computer, I checked it out again, and it had gotten up to 30, I think 36 or 38 or something.
Here's the bad part. Whoops, can you see that? It's 78 degrees. It's 78 degrees, and I'm sitting here freezing.
That's kind of hot.
Because I'm not getting hit with sunshine, and the real feel is like, it's gotta be, real feel is like 66, so yeah.
Oh, we're under a frost and freeze warning tonight.
Yeah,
we're at 73 degrees right now.
Yeah, we're at 78, and it feels like about 60. It feels cold. I feel cold.
You think 60's cold?
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Enjoyable, but it's
I
cool.
spend so much time. I've been in the desert for so long and then I spent all summer with like no air conditioning almost the entire summer, so my blood's nice and thinned right now. Yeah, I'm freezing. I am freezing.
We ought to talk about the differences in our videos too.
That's what I'm saying. Is there's a lot of contrast, and that's the biggest thing that I find so fascinating, is that it's not cookie cutter. We're not all doing the exact same thing. We all have different views and different angles because of our location, our background, our age, we all have our situations are also different and diverse. That's the neat part about it, is that we all have such a different angle.
Yep, I agree. And we've all been different places, traveled to different parts of the country or the world. We've all experienced different types of climates and have all experienced different types of weather and experienced them differently. So that's what I enjoy about our videos.
Yeah. And it's like that with everything that we do. All these topics are topics that, we all have different takes on. And so that's the coolest part, is to be able to showcase the variety and the different ideas and ideals that we have based on our personal experiences. Because that's the biggest thing. I mean, nothing is, and being eclectic, nothing is cookie cutter, and you're able to explore and enjoy so much more of life, I think, because you're not put in a box. You don't have these specific outlines. It's not like somebody's given you a map and said stick to this. It's you're cutting your own roads as you go. So yeah.
Yep, I totally agree. So thank you guys for joining us, and we will be back next week with a whole bunch of new topics on our main topic and another weekly wrap up.
Yep, we're heading into Halloween. Yay!
Peace out, people.
Bye.